Namaste everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Godly Good Guidance. Today we are going to do a lunar cycle reading for the new moon coming in December 2024, and we're gonna see how it affects your life in general, and of course there will be a bend towards your love life too. It'll be a pick a pile reading. Each pile will have 4 cards, one for the new moon, next one for the first quarter moon, and then for the full moon, and finally for the last quarter moon. Basically all of them are 1 week apart approximately. So let's begin first by shuffling the cards and picking cards for each pile. For those of you who do not wish to see the shuffling part, can directly click on the pile that you have selected, and for rest of you can stay with me and watch the shuffling. Let's begin. Today I am basically using the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. The artwork is really good and it is by Lori Mena. It's a beautiful deck. Alright, so yes, these are the 2 piles. Pile number 1, we have black obsidian. If you like this crystal, or if your intuition says pile 1 is for you, please select pile 1. Pile 2 is black tourmaline. And if you feel called for pile 2 or this crystal, please select pile 2. Let's begin, starting with pile 1. Hi pile 1s, if you have selected the black obsidian crystal, this is your reading. Keep it right here and let's start. First one is the current situation and energies of your life. Second one is the situation and energies of your life after a week. Third one is your situations and energies after 2 weeks. And finally, the fourth one is the situations and energies of your life after 3 weeks. And that's how we complete the entire lunar cycle. Let's begin with number 1, your current energies. It's new moon in Virgo. Trust all will be well. So your current situation and energies are kind of telling that you are a little impatient about certain things, that you want the results of your hard work or even your desires and wishes in the here and now. Probably since some of you are not getting the results right away, you are kind of losing your trust general and kind of basically losing hope. And the guidance for you here is that trust all will be well. It is asking you to move towards helping others, to move towards giving out to others, to create some good karma. It's asking you to wait for the divine time. It's asking you to slow down and allow events to unfold. It's somehow asking you to work on your karmas, on your good deeds. Get out and help to boost your karma. Be a reliable person that people come to for help. Be modest. Don't overthink about all this, because somehow it is saying that when you help others, others will help you. And it's not always that the same person will help you, but it's just that the collection of the karma is going to make way, clear the path for you, clear the energies for you that are blocking your path to the desired manifestation that you're looking for. So whatever desire you have, whether it is in love, career, health, anything, you're asked to, sure, have that very much on your mind, but just go out of the way and get into helping others. That's the main message coming through. And it's as simple as that, and you don't need to go any zigzag way to do anything out of the way. Just simple thing is help others and help will be provided to you. There's no other path for it. Connect with the hearts and your own heart would open up and allow in what you actually desire for, and then the universe will also help you. All right, let's see how your situation and energies would be 1 week from the new moon, around the first quarter moon. We have the full moon in Pisces and it says forgive. Wow. In a week from the new moon in December 2024, or whenever you come across this reading, even if it is after 5 years or so, in a week from then, you're asked maybe not to forget. Maybe forgetting won't be easy, but you're asked to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive whatever that is asking you to forgive. Because that ways you actually are helping your own self and not the other person as such. Because when you have any anger towards anybody, any negativity towards anybody, even if they have done you wrong, somehow you're blocking your own growth. That is not so ideal. So within 1 week from now, you're asked to make up your mind to once and for all forgive that is required to be forgiven. If it is a person, forgive the person. If it is your ex, forgive that ex. Even if he or she was as toxic as anybody could be, just forgive, because that's what is gonna allow you to open doors for a real person in your life. If it is an old boss or a family member, forgive. Maybe something somewhere is interrelated and blocking your other aspects of life due to just that little, or even if not little, due to the anger you have towards that person or thing. If there is something you think you have done unforgivably wrong, you're asked to forgive yourself, because mistakes do happen, but maturity is to learn from it, to not commit them again, to heartily feel what wrong you have done, if possible to apologize the person you have hurt, even if it is yourself. Maybe if it is not possible in person, then at least through energies, apologize to that person. And finally, that's the way to forgive yourself. Just don't hold on to it, because that is just blocking you. And in a week's time, that's the message for you, because that's how the cycle of energies and life and movement is going to take place in your life. And once you do that, everything is going to easily come to the shore to you. Present yourself. Everything is going to present itself to you effortlessly. Moving on to number 3, which is 2 weeks from the new moon, or whenever you reach this reading. Your situation and energies card. It says last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. Beautiful. There are chances that you might be in a situation where you have a lot of ideas on your mind and a lot of things you want to do and a lot of things you want to start, and probably you also even end up starting. But after a while, that excitement fizzles out. All those big talks you did kind of fade away, and that's not the situation you want to be in. So the guidance for you here is that instead of just saying that I would do this, I would do that, even if it is in a relationship, don't just commit to big things that, oh, my entire heart and soul is for you and I will do this for you and that for you. No, rather include feelings and emotions into the whole picture. Try to feel what you really feel for that person, if something on your mind is related to a relationship, or if it is about work, then don't just talk about that, okay, I'm going to start a multi-million company or something like that. Instead, start working, asking yourself, why do you so want to be like an owner of a multi-million company? What is the emotion behind it? How do you feel imagining that you are an owner of such a big company? And once you connect with that feeling, there would be even more solid backing for you to take action and keep going, rather than just giving up halfway through. So that could be your situation 3 weeks from when you come across this reading, wherein you may have already said quite a lot about many things, depending on your situation, and you might be in that place that, oh my God, I have said so much and now I am not able to handle it. So rather, you're asked that just sit and relax and just think about the whys behind what you want to do. That's really going to help you out. Also, if at this point you feel that something you have already said in the past is now not resonating with what you feel right now, it's okay to not beat yourself to it. It's okay to change, provided you really feel for that kind of a emotion or decision. But that doesn't mean that you keep changing. You keep committing and then changing what you have committed. I'm not asking you to mess with your credibility and integrity. What I'm asking is that sometimes we do commit to something, and then down the line we realize that, oh, this is not me, or I have no more such beliefs about certain things. So with that feeling, with that solid feeling, then if you change, it is okay, because there's a reason behind the change, and it's not just a monkey mind that is just moving from one to the other tree. All right, last one we have 3 weeks from today, or new moon 2024 December, is full moon in Sagittarius. See the bigger picture. Wow, beautiful. So 3 weeks from today, your situation and energies seem to be like you are focusing too much on small nitty-gritty things. I mean, it's always a great idea to focus on the small things, but maybe during that time the requirement for the hour is not that, but it is to see or cater to your big goals. It's not to see what all ingredients are required to bake a cake, because it seems like you already have figured out that by now. Instead, what is required is to see the entire presentation of how you would bake and present the cake, how beautiful it would look, which platter you would serve in, what sort of knife would be there, what colors would you use in the cake. That sort of, this is a very small example I've used, but I hope you understand what I mean. Because focusing on those small things, which you already most likely have some skills, is kind of depleting your energy unnecessarily. And when the time comes for you to give that bigger presentation, you are completely drained out, and the final output is not as good as you can actually deliver. In relationships, it can be that maybe you are kind of trying to tick all the boxes that, oh, does he or she have good teeth, good nose, good physique, good height, good money, good this, good that. But the bigger picture is your compatibility, how you feel in the presence of the person. Do you think you can take that ahead for the rest of your life? Those sorts of things. So that's another example. Now, there is a connecting message from the previous card and this card, and that is again saying that, it's kind of saying that it seems like maybe you have said too much, and what you need to actually do is to balance between saying something and saying something too much. So that is also kind of a message that is coming through. Or there's also a probability that you've already said something hurtful to somebody, and of course that's like an arrow from the bow that has already been executed, been shooted, so that can't be taken away. But now that that has happened, how are you going to redeem yourself? Maybe you could use some humor, maybe you could talk it out, maybe you could explain your point in a more gentler manner, and that could be something that you can look into, and that can be quite beneficial for you. So yes, this is the lunar cycle for you for the new moon December 2024, or from whenever you see this. Keep going 1 week forward and try to see how it goes for you, or how it resonates for you. All right, let's move to pile 2. Hi pile 2s, if you have selected the black tourmaline, this is your reading. Pile 2, let's begin. First one is your current situation and energies, which can also be represented by the new moon 2024 December. 1 week ahead from then, or from whenever you watch this reading, which is also represented by first quarter moon, your situation and energies during the full moon, and your situations and energies during the last quarter of the moon, or from 3 weeks from whenever you reach this reading. Let's begin. We have first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. this is your current situation. Clearly, you are like a control freak. You want everything in a perfect manner or the way you want it. Even if there's a simple way to do things, no, you want it the way you want it because you think that's the perfect way. Well, of course, I'm not saying that what you think is not the perfect way. What I'm trying to say is that the message here is telling you to not unnecessarily drain yourself by this stringent way of doing things. Rather, release the control and see what are the other ways to do the same thing, because those can make you and others more happy. It may not be the way you like to do it, but eventually you will find that this gave you a lot of peace and ultimately a flow to go ahead with doing things. In relationships, there is a possibility that you are quite possessive about your person. Now, this could also be your child, your parent, and of course your romantic love partner, your spouse, whatever it is. So there is a chance that you are quite possessive about them, and that is not really serving the relationship. And that is also one of the messages for some of you in your current situation. For some of you, you might be just like restless about your basic needs in the current situation. And it has nothing to do with what you have and what you don't have. It's just your restlessness regarding the needs that, oh my God, do I have enough? Will I have enough? So in the present, the guidance for you is to connect with your root chakra, the base chakra, which is also known as the Muladhara in Sanskrit, through various grounding techniques, and see how automatically you would be able to feel much more at peace. There's no harm in bending a little bit and accepting different ideas of different people, because ultimately that is going to free you and bring a lot of shine in your life. Now, 1 week from the new moon or from whenever you watch this reading, your situation and energies are represented by this card, which says last quarter moon in Leo, and the message is lighten up. Wow. Again, going with the previous card, some of you may still have not let loose and release the control, and you're asked again to lighten up, to let loose, just enjoy life however it is. And I'm sure it's not as bad as you think, because it's all mind that is playing games with you, whereas in reality you have quite a lot more than many others. It is asking you to lighten up, because manifestations happen in a happy place. And one way to create that happiness, even if you don't know how to begin with, is by counting your blessings. So maybe try writing your blessings or things you're thankful of every day, 10, and that could slowly boost your mood and make way for something beautiful to come in your life that you so desire of. And from how I see, they all are waiting for that energy to clear up so that they can walk in for you, be there for you, to make you happy and all that you desire. Moving on to card number 3, 2 weeks from the new moon or when you watch this reading, which also is something like around full moon time, and it is full moon in Gemini. It says embrace the flow of life. Isn't it beautiful how everything is kind of connected? Once you release your control and lighten up and embrace the flow of life, that is when manifestations are going to begin. Let things happen the way they are happening. Of course, have your goals and desires and manifestations in place, but leave room for God to do its magic. And that's the easiest way to get what you want, and not just by hardcore planning and going all crazy with your strictness. For some of you, it is probably required to be a little quiet in some situation and take a step back and analyze the whole situation from a different perspective, if you can find one. Be comfortable and accept your current situation, and then work towards where you want to be in the future. that would be really nice for you. The worries in your life are not that big. They're pretty small in comparison to many other worries people have. So just hold on and let God come through. Lastly, 3 weeks from whenever you watch this reading, we have full moon in Leo. Go wild. Wow. We have 2 Leo cards here, by the way. And isn't it beautiful how everything is just coming together in place? You're asked to release control, lighten up, go by the flow, and just go wild. Because in your wildness is the potential, is where you're going to see the manifestations. You're probably not as domestic as you think you are. You probably are the wild one out in the forest who can, with one growl, with one roar, make things happen. And all the big problems you thought would seem like small little pricks that won't really be of any harm to you. All right, that's all I have. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Om.